Now, people kind of just threw this away. Admittedly, yes, it's from We Got This Covered, which actually they cover every single news, including rumors and things like that, things from Reddit. So, of course, people saw that, threw it away, didn't even get a look at it. But I went ahead and looked at it because even though this is not confirmed by any way, this is nothing coming from a trade or anything, it really should say Discovery allegedly supports restoring Snyderverse instead of reportedly supports Snyderverse. But when you actually read into it, which I'm going to do for you, it's very small, and I'm going to give you context for why it could be possible, and going into the message that Zack Snyder had and the Ray Fisher's tweet as well. Okay, so following one of the biggest corporate mergers in history, there's inevitably going to be a lot of upheaval and uncertainty in the early days of the freshly named Warner Brothers Discovery conglomerate, which now has a wide-ranging multimedia empire that is arguably only second to the all-powerful Disney in the sheer breadth of its reach. Of course, nobody cares much about in-depth boardroom machinations, as fans just want to know if they're getting the Snyderverse back. CEO David Zaslav is hardly going to walk into his brand new office, immediately pick up the phone, and extend an olive branch to Zack Snyder, though especially when he's said to be a financially and commercially driven presence, and the filmmaker's trio of DCU blockbusters cost more than $1 billion to produce, market, and distribute, only to return a net profit of just over $150 million. However, according to a new leak, which admittedly comes from Reddit, though the user does have a proven track record, so do with that information what you will. Discovery are in support of the Snyderverse because they liked the director's films. The scuttlebutt doesn't elaborate what Discovery entails, however, and it's a huge company that employs thousands of people across all sectors, so it's a bit broad to just assume that everyone's given the Man of Steel and Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice director's vision 2 thumbs up. In any case, it's been clear for a long time that talk of the Snyderverse isn't going anywhere, and to be frank, it's all getting a little tiresome at this point, with the new rumor cropping up almost daily. As such, it would be nice for whoever winds up in charge of making that decision to put the talk to bed once and for all at some point in the near future and give everyone a definitive yay or nay. But I want to talk about where he got that from, because they didn't make it up. They did get it from Reddit, and I searched for it, and it did come from a certain person here, about Spidey Forever 245. And so he posted a whole bunch of different things, and I think he may be the person who did the Batman leaks as well. Discovery wants to fire everyone involved with DCEU, including Hamada. That's like the best case scenario. Also, Discovery liked Snyder films. They are in support of Snyderverse. But not to say that he is legitimate, not at all. It's some dude, some person, male or female, that is named Spidey Forever 245, decided to drop that on Reddit, which happens all the time, right? A lot of times. Yes, it could create false hope and things like that. Yes, indeed. But hope is hope for me in terms of that Discovery could indeed actually be looking at the Snyderverse in some sense. And, I mean, how could they not? Because the Snyderverse, Restore the Snyderverse, trended to over 200,000. They certainly, anything that comes out from DC in terms of the Flash, the Suicide Squad, the Snyderverse tends to take over the conversation regardless. And it's something that they've seen. They absolutely have seen Zack Snyder's Justice League be a major IP for Discovery. David Zaslav and John Stankey himself was in that same room with the PowerPoint presentation in between them, and one of those slides absolutely had Zack Snyder's Justice League as an IP there. at&t used Zack Snyder's Justice League as one of their major factors that help bring engagement and increase the subscribership for HBO Max. That was at the at&t call, right? In my experience for company mergers, and granted, my company mergers are outside of this entertainment industry, but a lot of these things that come out, they've already happened in a sense. Like David Zaslav is not waiting around before he walks into Warner Bros. He's already doing that. He's already going around. And even in the articles of Variety, he's already going around trying to get creatives, talking to creatives, and making sure that they 100% trust Warner Brothers once again after the whole same-day movie premiere deal, right? So he's definitely trying to do that. He's trying to gain their trust and confidence as we speak. You know, he's not waiting till the end of the year. But there are some cases where it makes me wonder that there are decisions that have already been made, like this Ray Fisher tweet that went out. Walter Hamada, Toby Emmerich, Jeff Johns, and Warren believe everything will blow over if they just ignore it hard enough. It won't. They played and lost a very dangerous game. I've been encouraged by every industry professional to stay the course, and I shall. To me, this tweet is signifying that stuff has already happened. If David Zaslav is personally going to each and every celebrity or whatever, or creative or director, like he said he was going to, maybe he reached out to Ray Fisher's reps and says, don't worry, we're handling this, we understand. Maybe. But also Zack Snyder putting out these words. This quote of Joseph Campbell, of which I've already reported that he has a picture of a concept art of the original Wayne T. Carr John Stewart going to visit Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne at night at the lake house. We're in a free fall into future. We don't know where we're going. Things are changing so fast. And always when you're going through a long tunnel, anxiety comes along. And all you have to do to transform your hell into a paradise is to turn your fall into a voluntary act. It's a very interesting shift of perspective. And that's all it is. Joyful participation in the sorrows, and everything changes. To me, this is a message, not just for the scene where Bruce Wayne is going to go into the future, the nightmare future, and there's no stopping it, and he must do everything he possibly can to change that future, to restore it to what it's supposed to be by having Flash go back in time. It could also be a message for us. Because there is no going back into the past. We cannot change what happened. We cannot change the fact that they never made Justice League 2 and 3. But we can continue moving forward. We continue fighting forward. Continue through this long, arduous tunnel of hashtagging Restore the Snyderverse, asking major corporations to finish Zack Snyder's vision, Justice League 2 and 3. And through that journey, we could either be pessimistic about this journey or we could be optimistic about it. We can keep moving forward. We can keep driving that conversation, driving that everyone, not only the fans, but everyone wants to see this through. That Zack Snyder's Justice League is not a cul-de-sac, not by any means. That there is a possible future for Discovery in actually making a lot of money, making a lot of engagement, and getting that trust once again, not from just the general audience, but hardcore fans, dedicated, loyal fans. They want to earn the trust of the directors and creatives, but they also have to earn the trust of the fans as well. And maybe some of those David Zaslav's conversations will be reaching out as an olive branch to extend to us, the fans themselves, to gain our trust, to gain our loyalty once again by restoring the Snyderverse. So we can absolutely have a perspective of that will never happen. There is no hope. We want to pull aside. We don't want to read articles that are probably clickbait and things like that. Or we can choose to look at things in a different perspective, gather information, read it carefully, drive what we can from it, and just look at it in a more optimistic, glass half full light, and journey together. And maybe one day we can help restore the Snyderverse together. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, and restore the Snyderverse.